Pet Life Radio.
This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, all my feline friends. Welcome to Cattitude. This is your show host, Michelle Fern. So what do you do when it's, vacation time? What do you do with your fur kid? And how do you find a good sitter? What do you do to trust them? Do you bring your kitty to them? Do you let them come in your home? What do you do? Well, my next guest has some great answers for us as far as how we can feel comfortable with traveling and make sure that our kitty is well taken care of. We're going to be right back. Hi, it's me again, Michelle Fern, host of Cattitude. You know what I love? My cats. I love how Molly jumps on the back of my chair when I'm working at my desk. You know what I don't love? Cleaning up Molly's litter box, which is why Arm & Hammer created new cloud control litter. There's no cloud of nasties when I scoop. It's 100% dust-free, free of heavy perfumes, and it helps reduce airborne dander from scooping. So what happens in the litter box stays in the litter box. New cloud control cat litter by Arm & Hammer. More power to you.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I am with today Natasha Nichols. She is the content marketing manager of Meowtel. Welcome, Natasha.
Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much for having me on the show today.
I'm excited to have you on, and we're very appropriate because, well, you might be listening to this at another time, or it might always be vacation time in your world, but I actually just came back from vacation, but we're headed towards summertime here, and a lot of people are, doing vacations and going away, and when you have the fur kids, you have to think, what do I do with my cat? What do you do? So I know Meowtel is a great cat sitting business, but first I want, Natasha, your insight on how should a pet parent get started when you're going away? What are some things, before thinking about the sitter and all that, what are some things you could do to maybe prepare your cat so your cat doesn't freak about, that you're going away?
Yeah, so what you need to consider first is what would be the best option for your cat. So right now, a lot of people board their cats. So if you're going to go that route, you're going to need to have vaccines updated and exam updated with your veterinarian. But that's really stressful for cats to be boarded. So a lot of the time people will find a cat sitter to watch the cat in the home. And that's a preferred thing, at least for me and my cats, because when my cats go to the vet or go somewhere new, they're completely stressed out and don't enjoy the trip the entire time that I'm gone until I get home and bring them back home. So finding a cat sitter is really a really awesome option. And I work as a cat sitter for this company that we talked about, Meowtel. And what they do is they bring experienced pet sitters into the home to take care of your furry feline. To prep your home for the cat sitter, you want to think about things like having enough supplies ready, I would recommend having written instructions for your cat sitter so that they can follow your cat schedule. Just kind of think about the things that your cat sitter will need to take perfect care of your kitty cats.
Okay, those are some great points. Is there anything you could do to maybe make your cat less stressed that you're leaving? Just a little interjection here, but when you said bored, I've always been fortunate enough to have somebody come and take care of my cats, whether it's a family member, a friend that we trade off or something. So I've never had to board any of my fur kids.
Good.
And I really think if you can have someone and you're comfortable with it, have someone come to your home, or maybe if it's someone your cat is familiar with, bring your cat to someone's home, then that's the best because they're not as stressed, and they're not, when they're boarded, they're generally, not all, but they might be in a confined area for quite a while. It's not like they're home, It's not like your home turf,
Right. There's no place like home, and especially for our kitty cats who are a little bit more homebodies. Unlike dogs, they do not like to go for car rides, and they do not like to go visiting other places for the most part.
Yes, they don't. That's very true. Very true. Okay, so when we're looking for a cat sitter, say unfortunately you don't have a family member or somebody nearby that you could say, come watch my cats. When you're looking for a cat sitter, what should you look for?
So the most important thing to look for is you want to find somebody who you can trust. So no matter how you come across this person, if it's, a friend of yours who uses them to watch their cats, or maybe you found them through your veterinarian or found them through a service such as Meowtel or another online service like that. What we do at Meowtel is we always have you do a meet and greet with your sitter first. So they'll come to your house, you'll get to meet them. They'll get to meet your kitty cats, and you want to make sure that is, we call it compatibility, so like compatible. You want to make sure that your sitter is going to be a good fit for you and a good fit for your cat. You want to make sure they're a trustworthy person. So when you meet them, you'll kind of get a feel of how you guys mesh together and how your kitties mesh with this person. It's basically, think of it as like your chance to interview this person who's going to be in your home while you're not there, taking care of your kitty cats. You want to make sure that they're a good fit. What I usually do when I'm meeting people and their cats for the first time is I don't ring the doorbell, because some cats are super friendly and they'll meet you at the door. Some cat, you ring that doorbell, you're never going to see them again. So you just want somebody who is receptive to those things and going to take care of your cats and base their care on how your cat needs. So when they walk in, your cat approaches them, they're not, going to reach for your cat. You want somebody who's going to kneel down to their level, put their hand out so your cat can smell them, get used to them. So when they do stuff like that, you know that, hey, this is a cat person. They get cats, and they're going to kind of receive how my cat receives them, because every cat's personality is a little bit different. Some cats are super shy, and you're not, if you reach for them, you're not going to see that cat again. You need to really build that trust.
Those are some great points, really great points that you bring up as far as, and I love the fact that Meowtel lets you meet the person first.
Absolutely.
Because that's important. I mean, they're coming into your home, so it's your home, and your fur kid, there's like two really important things so that you want to be sure of. What about background and all of that for the cat sitters at Meowtel? Is there any background information, anything?
Absolutely. So through Meowtel, how Meowtel works is when you log onto the website, meowtel.com, you type in where you live, your city, state, or you can use your zip code and the dates you need, and your search results will pull up all the sitters in your area that are available during the time that you need. So what you do then is it gives you a little brief synopsis, but if you're interested in a sitter, you can click on their profile and it'll tell you all about them. It'll tell you if they're experienced giving medications, if they have any veterinary training. A lot of our sitters are veterinary technicians that do pet sitting on the side. It'll tell you how many 5-star ratings they have, how many repeat clients they have. So, and then we also type in our little bio to tell you a little bit about ourselves as a sitter. So you'll have access to all that information before you even schedule your meet and greet. All of our sitters are vetted and insured. So what that means is they go through an onboarding process before they can even become a sitter with Meowtel. They have to pass a questionnaire, complete an application, they have to pass a background check, provide us with some references, and we do follow up on the references at Meowtel. So we want to make sure that we're bringing on cat whisperers that are experienced, trustworthy, and are really actually cat people and not just trying to do this on the side as other companies might do. And then before we let them start pet sitting, Meowtel will do we call it a coaching call, where we talk one-on-one with the sitters just to make sure that they're a good fit and they're going to be a good cat sitter for our clients at Meowtel. So there is a background check that they have to pass to even be on our website.
That is great information and I know Meowtel is growing and is in many states, but you're not everywhere Yet. You're not like the Amazon for cats yet for cat sitting. So Meowtel
Not
will
yet.
be
Yeah,
there.
we're still pretty new.
Yeah. And I'll say I knew them when. But everything that you told me that Meowtel does, if there's not a Meowtel sitter near you, that is good information to look for, because I know that from past when I had once looked at different sitters, and this was a neighbor that also did sitting, but she was a neighbor, so I knew her personally. But she said she was bonded, and so things like that are important because you're letting someone again into your home. And you're not there, and you have your fur baby. So you want to make sure that, when you're away, this is your vacation. Enjoy it and not have to worry about anything. So having...
Right. You don't want to spend your whole vacation worrying.
Right. So having something as thorough as what Meowtel does with, they're vetted and insured. You have all these ways to check and understand their background and just all of that. That's what you should expect from any cat sitter, maybe except like your son or daughter.
And
maybe,
through Meowtel, you're going to get that automatically. But if you're using if you find a vet tech at your vet hospital, don't be afraid to ask them for that stuff. Ask them if they're insured. Ask them for references. Any good sitter won't be afraid to give you that information. That's
really good. We're going to be right back with some more questions for you.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynavite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynavite.
Dynavite for life.
Pick up 2 tubes of Doggosuds.
Get the 3rd tube free.
Peppermint, tea tree, lavender, Doggosud shampoo.
Made with all-natural coconut, jojoba, aloe. Great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
But no itchy, harsh chemicals.
Lather up, rinse away.
Try Doggosuds. Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dynavite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Okay, welcome back. We're talking with Natasha Nichols, and she is with Meowtel, which is a really fabulous cat sitting service that is in a lot of the United States, not everywhere yet, but we're also talking about what to look for in a cat sitter for when you go away on vacation. So does Meowtel, or what is your thought on if you want a sitter to stay overnight?
Perfect. Oh, that's a great question. So when you book through Meowtel, and a lot of other sitters do this if you find a sitter through another means, a referral or a veterinarian's office or something like that, there are a lot of options. On Meowtel, we offer once-a-day visits, twice-a-day visits, overnights, which is where the sitter stays in your home, and then hosting, which is where your cat will go to and stay in the sitter's home for the duration of your trip. So you've got a lot of options, and it's good for our sitters too, because, not everybody has the space in their home to be able to host, but may be willing to go stay at your house. So you can see that all on the sitters' profiles on what options that they offer to their clients.
Natasha, you brought up something interesting for somebody to host your cat. Isn't that, I would think that would be something kind of, I don't know, that would unnerve me, because I would think, what would my cat destroy? And is it my cat going to be comfortable, in some strange place?
Right.
But not everybody wants somebody, in their home, or you might live in a gated environment, which might make it difficult for someone to come in and out. Who knows? But what are some things to make us understand better if someone's hosting your cat?
If you decide you won't need a hosting situation, so it's going to depend on you, your comfortability, your cat's needs. For example, let's say you're going out of the country for 3 months. The benefit to a hosting situation is that person lives there, and if your cat's there, they're going to get a lot more attention one-on-one time than if you were to do once-a-day visits for 3 months. And a lot of times cats will have behavioral problems. For example, one of my kitty clients, his name is the Rum Tum Tugger. He is a Bengal, and he has so much energy. When I take care of him, we run the entire visit. I run up the stairs with them, down the stairs with them. So if you have a cat like that who needs to burn a lot of energy, needs more attention, sometimes a hosting situation is a better way to go because they're going to get a lot more interaction than they would with drop-in visits. And a lot of the hosting places, for example, one in San Diego that I know of, since I'm a sitter in San Diego, she turned her spare bedroom into this like cat palace. So she's got trees and cubbies and all sorts of things the cat could need, and the cat gets the whole room. So it's like a boarding situation, but better because they're not in a little cage. They get their own huge space. Some sitters don't have a cat of their own, so in those situations, if they host, the cat gets the whole house. So it's really a good option, especially for long-term travel.
And if they're going to be hosted where there is another cat, I guess you would, on both ends, would make sure that the cats get along. Like they would know, the cat sitter would know that their cat gets along with like every cat, so it doesn't matter.
Absolutely, yeah. Somebody who has a cat that doesn't get along well with other cats wouldn't do a hosting situation. You know, we do have one sitter who, her cat found her best friend through a hosting situation. She brought the sitter cat in. They met her cat and the cat she was watching kind of met each other for the first time before they actually started the reservation. And they like became instant besties. And every time now they do a hosting situation, even if it's short term, because the cats get along so well.
Oh, that's great. That's so adorable. That's just great. Okay, this has been so interesting and so much great information and very good information on things that, I think I know that, and then as you mention things, it's like, no, I sure didn't. And that's pretty interesting. What about medical? What about, there's a lot of cats now that have to have a lot of diabetic cats, because there are more kids, so we're taking better care of our cats. They're living longer. What do you do if you have a cat that has to get insulin shots every day? And, how do you find the right person for that?
So Meowtel actually, like I had mentioned before, a lot of our sitters are veterinary technicians who have experience doing those things. So myself, I've been a veterinary technician since 2012. So that's something that I could provide your cat with. I can take their blood glucose readings, do their insulin, give pills, give liquid medication. And a lot of our sitters have those qualifications. So if you're not certain, you can just check their profile and it should list it. And we're updating our website and we're integrating those features so it'll be more clear. But there is like some check marks that you'll see listed, like this person has shelter experience, this person has vet tech training. So you can kind of see those things. And if you don't know, you can always, just ask. You can always email. We have a live chat on Meowtel. You can live chat, you can send an email, but everything you need to know is going to be in your sitter profile. And if it so happens that at the meet and greet you're not comfortable with that sitter, we have a lot of sitters in over 100 cities, 19 states. So the chances of you having your selection of sitters, you can always pick somebody else that meshes well better with your needs. But a lot of our sitters have those qualifications and can do those things.
Meowtel, I was thinking, how is Meowtel different from some of the other sitting services? But I think you've answered that pretty much throughout our talk, because you guys really, do a thorough job of making sure that you don't just have someone who's like, I want to be a cat sitter today and, I don't want to work a regular job, so I'll just do this. But you really are thorough.
We're the only pet sitting service actually in the whole United States that is exclusively for cats. Our CEO, Sonia, we call her our chief success cat. She's 100% cat person. She's got 2 cats at home. And she realized that this is a very underserved community. Like everything's dogs, dogs, dogs. Oh yeah, we should probably do cats too. And at Meowtel, we are 100% cats first. We call it our little cat community.
I love it. Well, we're Cattitude, so hey, Okay, there might be people listening, and if people are listening outside the U.S., and we have a lot of listeners outside the U.S., Meowtel might be in your country soon. We don't know. But how fast are you growing as far as to get to the other, 31 states? 32.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're actually 51 with Puerto Rico, I think, right? So
we've been growing pretty fast. we add a new couple of cities every few months. But right now, we're, like I said, we're a very new company. Meowtel was founded and started in 2015, so we're not even 5 years old yet. But the major thing that we need to do is get the word out there that we exist. So to all of your listeners, we invite you to try out Meowtel. We're in most of the big metro cities: Dallas, Los Angeles, New York City, Chicago, San Francisco, Philadelphia. So, just log on to the Meowtel website, check your city, and if we're in your area, we welcome you to use us. And actually, we have a promo code right now you guys are more than welcome to use for $30 off your first reservation. Michelle will put that up for you guys, but it's NNMT, so like Nancy, Mike, Tom, 30. And you'll save $30 off your reservation. But we just spread the word, guys. Just tell everybody that Meowtel exists, and we are this cat-centric cat community. And the more interest we get, the faster we can grow, the more cities we can provide this service to.
Natasha, thank you so much for giving us that great promo code and great timing, since vacation time is like around the corner for most people out there. And I love that you are all about cats, because cats deserve the recognition, and they need to be taken care of differently than the dogs. It's different. So thank you so much. Is there anything, I think you explained everything fabulously. Okay, Natasha, we talked about the Meowtel's website, but is it meowtel.com? And everybody that's listening knows they can always go to Pet Life Radio, go to this episode page, and the information will be there. But what is your website exactly?
It is meowtel.com, MEOWTEL, Meowtel.
Okay, great. And again, I wish you best of success, and hopefully you'll be in Florida soon, because I didn't hear Fort Lauderdale, so I was waiting for that city.
Not Fort Lauderdale. We are in Orlando, but
yeah, a little further south. But you know what? If someone's going away for a long time, Orlando's only 3 hours or so to drive 3 hours, to make sure that your cat is going to be in a safe, secure place. If you're leaving for a couple months, that's something I would do.
Absolutely, yeah.
For sure. But thank you so much for coming on Cattitude and telling us all about Meowtel, and thanks for the great promotion code.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Michelle, for having us on. I really appreciate it.
Okay, this was such an informative show. I thought I knew a lot about cat sitters, but Natasha actually gave me a lot more insight and information, so I feel really prepared. If one of my family members that I watched their baby for, their fur kid, if they can't reciprocate, if something comes up, I know what to look for, and I'm hoping Meowtel is going to be in my area soon. They have a great promo code for you. It is N like Nancy, M like Nancy, M like Mary, T like Tom, 30, and you'll get $30 off your first reservation. So that's pretty good. And you can also, if you're listening on one of our live streams, you can also go to the episode page on Pet Life Radio, and the code will be there for you to use as well. I'd like to thank Natasha, my guest from Meowtel, for coming on Cattitude. Thanks to my cat crew for being so wonderful while I was on vacation. They were very good. Thanks to Sammy and Jethro and Dennis and Charlotte and Molly for being on pretty much your best behavior. Everybody was really good. So thank you. And thanks to Mark Winter for making me and my guests sound great. And thanks to everyone listening to Cattitude for keeping this show one of the top cat podcasts out there. So keep listening. We have some great stuff coming up.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.